What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Johnny Liquidator, coming back with another video. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever walk away with a slow, slim victory over Atlanta. We finna dive into it all. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. The Indiana Fever got back into the win column Sunday afternoon, rallying from an overtime win over Atlanta, 104-100. The Fever are now 19-17, number 6 in the WNBA standing, with 4 games left in the regular season. How will they measure up going into this year's playoffs? This was the Indiana Fever first win in overtime of the season. You'll never believe that the Fever were down by 16 points at one point during the second half. Now, guys, I'm telling you, they rallied their way to come back into this game. It looked like it was over early for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but after fighting back to the tie, the score in the fourth quarter, Indiana successfully defeated Atlanta. Final shot in regulation by Alyssa Gray, forcing the first overtime of the season for the Fever. Now, all of these starters put up big-time numbers for Indiana today. Aaliyah Boston had 30 points and 13 rebounds. Caitlin Clark had a whopping 26 points and 12 assists. Ketchy Milso had 21 points in the Fever 104-100 overtime win over the Atlanta Dream. Now, all of the superstars did speak to reporters immediately after this game. Let's dive into it right now. Roll the damn footage.
Not too great either, but I felt once we kind of, picked up our pace a little bit. I think we had a lot of turnovers in the first half. It was impressive we were honestly still in the game at halftime, considering I think they took 15 more shots than us. So I think that was almost a positive, considering it was, 2 points at halftime, whatever it was. We felt like we were right there and really played a crappy half. So I'm proud of us. I thought we chipped away, we were resilient, and we really executed when it mattered. I think we got down 14, and then we continued to find a way. Started off the fourth really good, and then I think they even responded and made it 7 again. So just proud of our group. I thought Temi gave us really good minutes. I thought she's all over the place defensively. She impacts the game in ways that's probably not going to show up on here. Obviously, she's 4 for 7 tonight, and that mid-range jump shot was huge that she made late too. So just really proud of her. And then AB was incredible and made some big shots for us. So not our prettiest, but found a way to get it done.
We go Matt, we go Christine.
Yeah, Caitlin, you played all 45 minutes. You helped in the comeback right before halftime, or I guess right at halftime. You quickly go into the tunnel. You're the first one to do so. Just kind of what were your emotions like in that moment?
That was a bad half. I simply thought it was a bad half. I don't know. That's all I got.
Christine.
Aaliyah, great game for both of you, obviously, and just it's so exciting. I mean, the crowd is just going crazy, right? Can you describe where this team is? We haven't had a chance to talk to you in a few days. What's going right? How do you take, I think it was, you're down 16 midway through the third quarter, and you come out with a victory like this? You've been around this team last year, this year. What's going on?
Yeah, I think right now we're kind of in a space where we just have to make sure that we're keeping our foot on the gas. I think we know that we're very capable of beating any single team just because of the way we play, the pace that we play at, and just weapons that we have all around the floor. And so for us, I'm really proud of us today because we were down 15, but that didn't stop us. We came in timeouts, we talked about what we need to do, we talked about executing, making sure we're getting stops, and then being able to score. And so I think that we're in a good spot. Just continue to know that even if we're down, no matter what time of the game it is, we're very capable of coming back.
Does this feel like a playoff game? The crowd, being as into it as they are, usually are anyway.
I think every single game when we're competing.
We've never played in a playoff game.
But I would assume.
Does it feel like it? Can you predict the future?
I mean, maybe. I guess. We can see.
I think they got a little more on them. Come on.
Ali, what did you feel in the post? It looked like you were being really decisive with what you were doing, good footwork, getting into your shot. And we've seen a lot more of that lately. Has that been something behind the scenes you've also been emphasizing?
I think it's just being able to make the right read once again, and then sometimes they double, sometimes they didn't. So just being able to be patient in the post and understand if they're coming and where that double's coming from. And if I can still take it, then we try to get to the free throw line.
Go in the back row, then we'll go to Mike on the right.
Aaliyah, the shot that you made, I think you went over your right shoulder, left-handed layup to take the lead, or actually tie the game. What was the mindset on that? What did you see? Like, I saw it coming, and I was praying that you guys ran that play, but it happened, and it was great.
I mean, when you look at how they're playing too, I mean, you just have to be able to make the right read, and sometimes they jump out too early because they're assuming that something's going to happen, and just being able to make a move right in that split second is important, because especially when you have someone like Caitlin who could be getting the ball, they're going to definitely want to jump at her, and so just being able to read that and go score.
Stand next to you on the right. Mike, you want to start?
Yeah, Caitlin, in a game like this where, like you said, you don't feel like you're playing your best, but the resilience, how much has that built up even in the last month about this team?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest ways we've improved over the course of the year, especially since probably a little bit before the Olympic break, and then definitely here in the second half. So I'm proud of our group. It's just, teams that are in the top of our league, and obviously Atlanta's a really good team, but the Liberty, Connecticut, Minnesota, those are the type of teams that do not let you back from a 16-point lead. Like, that just doesn't happen, and we have to find a way to be able to respond a little earlier for ourselves. Like, things I think continue, we sometimes get down and we don't always stop the bleeding right away, but I think the positive is, like I've said before, like at the beginning of the season, that was really bad news for us, and 16 turned into 30 or something like that, and for now we just find a way to chip away. And I think at the same time we have the confidence of knowing what our offense is capable of, and we know what our offense can give. It's just really, on defense, getting stops. I think we got quite a few, we call them kills, 3 in a row there. I think especially when Temi came into the game, she caused a lot of problems with her length, and Lexi's given the hardest task every single night, chasing their best player, so you have to give her a lot of credit too.
Stay on the right in the third row.
Rob Hunt, CNHI. Caitlin, you mentioned the turnovers earlier and how bad it was in the first half. I kind of want to circle back to that a little bit. What was the kind of the message on that topic at halftime? Because you really cleaned it up. A lot of those turnovers in the first half were unforced. What was kind of the message in that first half? Only 4 after halftime.
Yeah, I thought a lot of them definitely were unforced, whether it was dribbling off a leg, backcourt violation, which was not a backcourt violation. We all saw it. I don't understand. I don't know, but that's not a backcourt violation. And yeah, I felt like one turnover turned into 2 turnovers, and that was the problem for us. And sometimes when it would just play right into their hands, like the ones that weren't forced, that was all our doing, and those are the ones you really have to eliminate. If you're trying to make a play and it's a good turnover, we still don't want it, but at least give your team a chance to get back and play defense. So I think that was the area we cleaned up. The ones in the second half didn't feel as much, they didn't score as much off of them, minus probably the one I threw cross court to Lexi that Ryan stole, but a lot better in that area in the second half.
Matt?
Yeah, Leah, coming out of the break, you've gone up against plenty of veteran forwards and you've won. So is there a conversation that you have with yourself, a message that you tell yourself coming into these matchups?
Honestly, I just tell myself to dominate. Like, that's really my mindset, no matter what, who I'm playing, just because I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I'm equipped. And so for me, if I go into a game thinking, oh my gosh, they have experience over me, oh my gosh, this happened last game, then I'm already down, no matter what, and that's not exactly what my team needs. And so just continue to come in every single night knowing that they're going to score and just make it hard for them. Like, I feel like Tina Charles, every single time she's played me, she's had 20 on my head, but that's okay because I come in again and I try my hardest, and we come out with the win, so that's okay.
All right. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Caitlin.
That was Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston speaking about this game that took place tonight. One hell of a victory, man. They definitely needed this to get back in the win column. Headed to next week. We only got a couple games left as we get prepared for the playoff. But definitely get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you want to know why? Because I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.